Wasabi gangsters. I'm going to try and break this up actually pretty good. And this week in terms of my video structure. So we're going to talk about what I'm reading. We're going to talk about some housekeeping stuff that fell. That's cool. Great start. Great start to the video. And we don't edit here. I'm not even going to do the Brian Lee Durfee. I'll get that in editing. We just don't edit. We're just not going to do that. We're just going to put that puppy right back where it is. Yeah, that's my book. I wrote that. It's crazy. It's hiding behind all these other ones that are probably better. But anyways, here's the thing. I'm doing some good reading right now. Doing some good reading, said the reader. And my brain process completely got destroyed there by that falling. Oh, giveaway winner. Let's announce that really quick. I'm going to announce that in the giveaway video as well. I'm doing the next 9 weeks. Because 10th week already happened. I'm doing giveaways. There will be a giveaway on my channel every Thursday. You guys probably had seen it already. It would be Graham. The winner was Graham. I did the spin wheel thing. I just do that on my own. And then I say that there's a winner on Monday, and then I'll announce the video on Thursday. In the video on Thursday, the new giveaway video, the winner. And that way, because I'm giving away one of these puppies every week for the next now 9 weeks until release of the book. So you guys can get an advanced review copy for free as a giveaway winner. And Graham was the winner this past week, and I'll be shipping it out the following Monday. So the next Monday will be when I ship out Graham's book. So yeah, that's my shipping day now that I have that decided. So let's get into my reads. What am I currently reading? Berserk. I read about halfway through volume 23 here. I'll talk spoilers because I think this is just one of those stories that kind of deserves it. So I'll put timestamps. I think I've been doing that the last few videos. So when I talk about Berserk, just expect there to be about 2 to 3 minutes of spoiler chat up to volume 23 here. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We have Guts and Casca traveling. We see this monster that Guts can become when he's around her now. I don't know if it's him getting annoyed at her, but we're seeing these deep themes explored of perseverance, even though there's so much, there's a lack of surety, a lack of clarity in what it is Casca wants because she's just a shell of herself. And then we see his desire for her to almost be that person that she was before the events of the eclipse and before Griffith scarred her. And then we also see this monster side of Guts that, you know, this, I don't know if it's domination or if it is an actual being, other demon or something controlling him. But we see this desire of his, the shadow of him, which is crazy because it seems he so much is the shadow. Like he lives in the shadow, the shadow self is what I'll refer to it as. But we're seeing now this actual shadow self start to manifest itself in his fatigue, in his, as they're traveling, as he's making sure to protect her, to stay alive, to survive, and having the responsibility of it not just being himself, but being somebody he cares deeply for. We're seeing this side of him that's starting to show itself, the good side too. We're seeing him welcome new people into his tribe more. We have Lady Farnese, and we have, I forgot his name, the boy who has a slingshot. He's coming up, and Puck and his Guts' relationship with all of them. And also Lady Farnese and her kind of arc and her now discovery that, maybe everything isn't always, isn't as it was or as she was told. And there's a life out there and a darkness that needs to be faced in a way that's different than using whatever the religion that she was following as the holy ground, for lack of a better term, to fight it on. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of deep themes explored here. The deeper we get into the story, and it's really cool to see. And it's kind of like, it is blatant in its commentary, but it's not jammed on my head. I feel like it's like a really cool exploration of it. Just kind of acknowledging it. So yeah, that's my Berserk stuff so far. We're going to talk about what else I'm reading. I'm doing the audio currently. I'm marking it on the physical because I love this edition and I like showing it in video. But I'm reading Will of the Many. I'm doing it mostly on audio. I think as I finish up Prophet of Edan, I will be getting more into the physical copy here because I just enjoy a good hardcover copy of a book. We are about chapter 7. And I mean, honestly, this story keeps pulling me back to it, just like Prophet of Edan. When I listen to it, it's very clear. It feels familiar in that it does feel a lot like Red Rising. The structure, the character depth of Viz, the character that we're introduced to, is a lot more in the shadow. Whereas with Darrow, we get kind of upfront his backstory in terms of the things that are motivating him, the call to action, all of that is a little different. I like the way it's being done in the Will of the Many. I like the setting, I think, a little bit more currently. Again, I love Red Rising, by the way. I'm only up to Iron. I finished Iron Gold. I need Dark Age next. I know that's a dark one. That I know that's a game changer for the series. So I don't get me wrong. I do love Red Rising. I'm just telling you that Will of the Many currently, in the first 7 chapters, has enthralled me a bit more than I think Red Rising. Actually, I think up to this point in the Red Rising book, I probably was enthralled about the same because of what happens to Darrow in the beginning of Red Rising is absolutely fascinating and dark and twisted, and it's a hook. It's a hook for sure. This is different. There's a different kind of turn on it. Very similar. There's a lot of comparisons I think people will draw or have drawn between those two, Red Rising, the first book, and Red Rising and the Will of the Many. And I'm starting to see that. It is getting me very excited for the Strength of the Few. But this is all for a conversation, by the way, with Philip Chase, Jimmy Nuts, John from Talking Story, and Jake from Nerd Level Rising. We are having a conversation with this, I believe, early June. So I'm reading that for that. And then, that's that part of that conversation. And I'm working my way further in the Prophet of Edan. We're starting to see, we had a battle. I'm a little bit past 50% here. We had a pretty big battle that occurred, and we have sort of, I don't want to spoil too much in this. So how do I describe this? We're seeing characters endure in new ways that are familiar with the Edan trilogy in terms of in the way of Edan that I saw but it offers a different course, and there are some very big changes that happen in the middle of this story that throw our main characters through a loop. And I say main characters because there's a lot of like well done characters at the forefront of this story, and it definitely, every character is serving the story in their own unique way, and the effects of what happens in the middle of this book is slowly trickling through. I mean, fastly trickling through some, and then you can see the kind of seeds of a slow effect of the big thing that happened, sort of greatly impacting the greater realm and the greater fight, we'll say. We're seeing that a lot with the Prophet of Edan. I'm loving it so far, guys. I'm loving Prophet of Edan. I mean, so far I'm over 50% through. So I mean, that's what I'm reading right now. A lot of good reads. Next up on the docket for reading, let me actually get into that really quick because I need to decide myself. I know By Blood by Salt is a July book. Myself, Noel D, Jake from Nerd Level Rising, and Tom Orange did a conversation that will be, you guys are going to see it probably later today. It's Friday. It's going to be up. We pre-recorded it on Tuesday. But the book snob tag. Noelle added her own tags, like questions and prompts in it that were very fun. I mean, everything was fun. It was just a fun conversation. So we decided in July we're going to do a read along. We're probably going to do By Blood by Salt. I'm probably going to shoot JL Odom a message and be like, hey, if she wants to come on the conversation, that'd be cool. Noelle was a Marine. JL Odom's a Marine. Was a Marine, and I was in the Navy as well. Sorry, former Marine, whatever. I always fucked that up. And I was in the Navy. So, and that's why I screwed it up. But yeah, so, I think it'd be fun to just hop on there, get a conversation going. I think it's just going to be a good time to have that conversation. And actually, I don't even know if Noel wants that information out there. I probably should have asked. But I don't know. I thought we talked about it on the recording, so I'm probably wrong on that. But anyways, that'll be a fun conversation to have. So that'll be in July, and we will read By Blood by Salt. I think next I have to finish The Crimson Fire by Abel Montero. Really looking forward to continuing that. I started it, and just life and reading has kind of slowed me down, and I've been slow in that in general. But I will be getting back into The Crimson Fire by Abel Montero. That'll be the next read I finish in terms of after these two, and then I have to start Reaper's Gale. I've put that off for too long. I need to get myself back in a Malazan. I think I'm going to try and just binge through, and I'm saying that but I don't know. I don't have that expectation. I'm saying that obviously there's going to be the third book in the Last War trilogy somewhere in there, and potentially that Anna Smith Spark book I bought of Bronze and Ashes, Sword of Bronze and Ashes, that I will be reading as well. But yeah. Oh, also Discovery released today. How exciting is that? If you guys, it's Thursday for me, May 15th. John over at Talking Story is having a live discussion on the book release. It'll be fun. I'm sure you guys have joined it. If not, go check out the replay. I will be linking myself, Noel, Tom, and Jake's conversation in my description as well. If I have to find that video, it'll be up tomorrow. So if you're watching this early, you probably haven't seen that yet. But it'll be in the description after it's posted. Yeah. that is the kind of housekeeping stuff. Oh, I'm doing a conversation with Samwise on Sunday about Mercy. He finished it. He enjoyed it, I think, enough. And yeah, that is the conversation. Alex Iskandari, we're going on his channel doing a Red Company conversation. Our reading group, we read A Fool's Hope. It's me, Chris, Peter Book Beast, Jake Nerd Level Rising, and Alex. We're gonna chat A Fool's Hope, and I think we're all gonna have some pretty similar opinions on this one, based on just our group chat. So we'll see. I think it'll be fun to actually converse and as that story progresses, it's a trilogy, and I am looking forward to reading that third book. I actually am blanking on the name right now. But that'll probably be either a June or July read, after or during Reaper's Gale. So that'll be kind of lined up. So you guys have my books and like interviews and stuff going on right now. You have an idea of kind of what's going on for me. That's the housekeeping stuff that I just went through. Now we have a book haul. I finally got my hands on my copy. Ooh, let's put that back on of The Way of Edan by Philip Chase, the broken binding edition. I mean, just look, like, you see that shine? It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This edition is so much. I mean, I knew it was nice when I purchased it, but just the glimmer of the sprayed edges. I mean, it's just perfect. It has a bookmark in there. I mean, if this is your first experience reading The Way of Edan, this right here, this hardcover edition, I mean, what a treat. What a treat. That is an amazing edition of the book. As I'm in the middle of the series right now, I did get a second version of The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I'm a super Joe Abercrombie fan. I didn't want to miss out on special editions of this book because I did miss out on all the other ones for the First Law and the Age of Madness series. So I wanted to make sure to get my hands on some really cool Joe Abercrombie books, and I picked this one up. I don't know if I like this one or the Broken Binding one better. This is the Waterstones, just signed generic edition, relatively speaking. It's like a deluxe, I guess. I don't know. I love the gold, like frayed edges on the spine there, and the red within it. I mean, I'm a sucker for red. Anything red, just sign me up. So got that. You're about to see why. I mean, read everything. I got my copy of Dance of Shadows by Garub Mahanti. I have the Barnes & Noble edition of the Sons of Darkness. This is a trilogy. I believe this is the second book in a trilogy. This is like sort of a retelling of an Indian folklore. I'm probably not doing that justice. In an epic fantasy world. And I started Sons of Darkness. That one was a buy for now. Not like announcing it regularly. It just was like a book I picked up that I had to put down for no other reason. And I think I just got too delved into other reads. And the start of, I think I got like 35 or 40% through that one. And I sort of just wasn't picking. I think I didn't have space. I think I was reading Malazan or something, a Malazan book, and it was just very dense. But this is a series that I'm intending on finishing. So I will be going back to Sons of Darkness at some point. I love these editions. I love the story where it was so far, by my recollection, hooked me. I mean, the prologue itself was just absolutely amazing. One of the better prologues I've read. And then I picked up the broken binding of Blood Over Brighthaven as well. This came in. I mean, these all came in at my address in New Jersey, and they were accidentally sent over there because my account was clocked in over there by accident. And so, yeah, I picked up Way of Edan, Dance of Shadows, and Blood Over Brighthaven at that address and brought them back just to show you guys. So, yeah, got a bunch of books there. Whew, okay, that is the reading updates. 13 minutes of that. I mean, come on. We're there. We're reading. We're getting after it. So I'm going to chat about my writing stuff. If you guys are just here for the reading updates, the housekeeping updates, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm grateful that you did. Go check out that giveaway video and comment on it if you want to be a part of the giveaway this week. I'll be doing it every week for the next 9 weeks. Keep that in mind. Whenever you're watching this, just know it's up until July 20th. I'll be giving away one copy of Mercy to the Fall. I'm actually about to record that one right after I turn off the camera for this one. So thanks for hanging out. I'm going to talk writing really quick, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to record the other one, and that'll be that. So we have my advanced review copy, of Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. I know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, we've seen the thing, Chance. We've seen it. And guess what? I mean, I have friends getting it right now that I sent it to. Tom Orange, Christopher Navo, Brian Bell, Jake from Nerd Level Rising. I actually haven't seen a photo from him yet. Preacher, just people who are getting this right now, who are getting this edition and seeing it for the first time in their hands has been a sort of surreal experience for me. I don't know how to describe it. You work in solitude for a very long time on something that you're passionate about, a story that is sort of compelled by whatever. I know that there's like 50-50 on that one. I did have to work very hard to do this. I'm not like, my hands didn't magically work. I did sit down and bust my ass, to get this thing out. And it comes out in July, but it's just surreal to have it in people's hands, to have people review it. Grimdark magazine, Esme, I mean, she read it and she wrote a review. I'm going to leave that. This will be the first link in my description box for the rest, probably, of time. She wrote a lovely review over on Grimdark magazine's website. And you guys can check that out for yourself. I'm starting to pull quotes from these reviews from John over at Talking Story. He read this as well. He talked about it in his weekly reader on this past Monday, and it was just amazing to see I don't know. I don't know even know what to call it. The reception is probably the right word, but I feel like there's something else. There's just a support is maybe the right word. I'm obviously hoping people are enjoying this story. I know that, I consider myself to be just a person who just wants to be friends with people. And I know friends might have a hard time criticizing. I feel like the reviews I'm getting, the criticisms that are being plugged in are totally warranted, even from the friends that I have who are talking about them. I mean, they talk about the density. They talk about the kind of story that it is. And to be frank, the stories that it is the story that I love. The stories that I love experiencing. Elden Ring is noted as an influence for me. And I don't want to sit here, by the way, and justify the density of the story. I think the reread value of some of my favorite books is why I like reading them. I know I'm experiencing something that I can go back to later and pick up. I just love that feeling of just knowing there's much more there than what's on the surface. And something like Elden Ring, where you're just thrown into this world and they're like, go. I love that feeling. And then I regret like once you kind of move further through the story and you start seeing it and the lens is now put in front of your face and you can kind of see everything clearly, you're like, wow, I wish I can experience what I was experiencing for the first time again. And that was the story that I set out to write. And to be honest, I didn't know if I was doing that because you're writing, you're just doing the thing. You're putting the story out there in the way that it is being told. I don't really know another way to say that. And I just didn't know. And it's really cool to see that is what's coming back, that is what is being received. Is this sort of feeling of like, wow, there's a lot here. There's complexity, there's layers. And not everything is meant to be clear in just book one. Book two is written and we are in the feedback stages. I actually got as a further in the update, I got further feedback. The first alpha reader gave some feedback, and I read over it. It was so in depth and critical in the best way, and it is just all stuff to serve the story in such a detailed manner. Brandon, shout out to you, bud, a longtime friend of mine as well, and I am just very excited as to what will unravel and what will be seen, and through the test of time. My hope is that, of course, like I lead with trust first. It was always trusting the reader to either pick it up and like it or pick it up and realize it's not for them. And I think trust first in this scenario, especially when it comes to storytelling, has guided me so far in life in a lot of manners. Sometimes it doesn't work out and you see the other side of that, but I think always leading with trust is kind of the best way to go, and seeing where it goes from there. And things unravel themselves before you all the time. But yeah, I'm just so very excited of the reception so far, and we passed a milestone. I don't want to ramble too much about this because this is like a sale thing. In terms of like literally, it was I passed a milestone of 100 sales after that Grimdark review went up from Esme. That was yesterday, and we're up to almost 130 pre-orders of the Kindle copy now. That happened within 24 hours. We went from like 90 to 130 in that period of time. And it's just fascinating. By the way, that's 99 cents until June 1st, and it's going up to just its full price, which I wanted to make it 99 cents for the longest time. And then by advice of well-established self-published authors, I was told to not do that. And I actually do think that there's something to that advice in general. Now, yeah, I don't know. I just I'm running that sale till June 1st, and I hope you guys want to pick it up. Hope you're interested. It will be on Kindle Unlimited. There will be physical copies for sale. I'll probably run a pre-sale next month. I'm going to try to make it a hardcover one. I actually have to message Jay Odom about that because I think she has a hardcover with a dust jacket. So I kind of want to see how she did that. I think it's an Ingram Spark thing. But yeah, we'll try and get that done. Just pre-sale status in mid-June. Conversation with Sam Wise on Sunday. I already mentioned that. Yeah, I'm just very, very excited about all of this. It's just all kind of, you work very hard to make something happen, and then you start seeing it happen, and it's not going to be for everybody, but it's cool to see for the people that it is for, what they're picking up and messaging me. Like, people are messaging me and talking about the story, and that's genuinely one of the primary reasons why I wrote this story, with the exception of writing it for myself and a story that I wanted to experience. And trust me, I have experienced it over and over and over again through the editing process. And right now I'm proofreading. I'm about chapter 34, 35 out of 44. I'll finish that up by Sunday. You guys are seeing this on Friday. So by Sunday, book one will have its final copy, final proofread done. I might have somebody else run in there and just, make sure that all the periods are accounted for, because, it happens. But I'm running through it now, and yeah, I don't know. It's just amazing. My sister's running me, mocking me up some marketing materials with some quotes that we got from some great reviews, and I'm just really excited. I don't know how else to say it. I'm probably rambling at this point. So I am going to move on. I'm going to move on. Go watch my giveaway video. I'm about to record that right now. You guys will probably have that up first before this one. So go enter the giveaway. We're doing that every week. This week it's going to be, well, I'll announce it on that video. So anyways, that's the video for this week. It's the video for this week. Yep. Hey, 10,000 steps a day is hard to get, by the way. I'm not perfect. I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do. Most times I do. And just sometimes I don't. It's Mother's Day this past weekend. Happy Mother's Day to mothers. Some pens here. Okay. It'll be really helpful, this thing, to stop recording on its own. Yeah. By the way, Samwise, the end of your review, that's a hat tip, sir. That's a hat tip. We'll call it there. It's a good day. See you guys next week.